Multiple reports indicating a number of Boeing 747s have been spotted on radar, leaving China for Iran over the past week. The news is sparking controversy, suggesting China is assisting in the transportation of people or cargo out of Iran. General Keane, of course, is with us and can weigh in on that. What did you make of that when we started to learn about these secretive flights?
Well, I think they're likely taking Chinese people out of there. I'm not sure what else they'd be interested in doing unless they've given Iran some things that they don't want anybody to get their hands on, in terms of assisting them. But listen, it's pretty obvious. China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea, I mean, they are cooperating and collaborating together and helping each other. China's financing Iran's stability in the region by buying their oil at discount prices. I mean, you guys talk about it on the Business Channel all the time. And they're financing Russia's war, doing the same thing and giving them comprehensive things to help them in that war, beyond an actual platform, just about everything else into it. But China's support for Iran is really significant. And everybody's talking about Iran's going to shut down the Straits of Hormuz and the Persian Gulf to retaliate against the United States. Well, if they did that, who do you think they're retaliating against? China. They don't want any part of that. 60% of their oil comes out of the Persian Gulf. So they would fundamentally be about that. But as I said before, I think it's absolutely stunning that Russia and China in particular are offering no assistance to Iran when they're in such a desperate moment.
Yeah, the White House was asked about this yesterday, Kayleigh. We covered it live, the White House press briefing, and Caroline Leavitt was asked about China getting involved militarily. To their knowledge, they don't have any evidence of that. There's been no communication as such, but certainly all eyes are on any intelligence that the world can gather in this moment, and these secret flights are obviously a big question mark at this point.
And I think China's ties to the region are just one of many factors that the Trump administration is going to be taking into consideration when they weigh U.S. involvement in Iran. And I admittedly am far more skeptical of whether we should be involved in Iran, but I will say that's one of the more persuasive arguments, this idea that we could actually hit two birds with one stone by seriously weakening China's position in the region. Keep in mind, China buys 90% of Iran's oil exports. If that were to be seriously weakened, China would be in trouble. However, there's a lot that we can also do domestically to protect ourselves from China's influence as well, and not just in Iran, but also here at home. This is actually a big reason why I disagree with Donald Trump's recent decision to continue allowing Chinese students to attend our universities on visas, why I disagree with his recent executive order delaying the sale of the TikTok app. I think that we need to start taking our domestic security very seriously, especially when we take a step back and we look at what Israel was able to accomplish in Iran. And they were able to do that by infiltrating Iran, infiltrating their assets, getting close to military facilities. We are still letting Chinese companies and Chinese nationals buy U.S. land near our military bases. That is a major problem. That is something that our government needs to be taking seriously.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kayleigh McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.